Picture a sports car blasting down a straight highway. Now, picture that same car drifting around a hairpin turn. If you looked at the dashboard during that drift and saw the speedometer locked at 50 miles per hour the entire time, is the car still accelerating? It sounds like a trick question. Over the next 5 minutes, we will break down what acceleration actually is and the math used to define it. To solve the drifting car paradox, we have to use the standard definition of the term. Acceleration occurs when velocity changes. This relationship is expressed through a simple formula. Acceleration equals the final velocity minus the initial velocity divided by time. Because of how this equation is built, if a moving object maintains a static velocity, its acceleration is 0. So what does it take to change an object's velocity? Velocity is made up of 2 distinct components. The first is magnitude, which we usually just call speed. Let's map this out. Imagine a car traveling on a straight path from point A to point B, heading north at 10 meters per second. As the car continues past point B toward C, the driver presses the gas pedal, increasing the car's speed to 15 meters per second. The magnitude increases to 15 meters per second, but the heading remains locked north. The direction stayed the same, but because the speed shifted, the overall velocity changed. Pressing the gas pedal on a straight road is the most common way we experience acceleration, because altering the speed changes the velocity. But let's go back to our initial dilemma with the drifting sports car. What happens when the speed stays constant but the car turns? Here is our second scenario. A car cruising north at a steady 5 meters per second. The car turns sharply west, but the speedometer stays locked at 5 meters per second. Even though the speed is identical, the direction component of the velocity has shifted. Because velocity requires both magnitude and a specific direction, altering either changes the total. And a change in velocity automatically means there is acceleration. This means that turning a steering wheel is a physical act of acceleration, even if you never touch the pedals. Now, let's look at how to calculate this change over time. Imagine a car starting from a dead stop. Because it is at rest, our initial velocity, represented by the letter U, is 0. The driver hits the gas, and the car hits a final velocity, or V, of 12 meters per second over a period of 3 seconds. We can plug those measurements into our formula. The equation becomes 12 minus 0 divided by 3. Subtracting our initial velocity leaves us with 12 on top. After dividing by the 3 seconds of elapsed time, we arrive at 4. In physics, we express this using the unit meters per second squared. This number means that for every second this car is moving, its velocity increases by 4 meters per second. To summarize, acceleration is the measurement of changing velocity over time. That change happens through a shift in speed, a shift in direction, or both. Let's look at one final scenario. A car traveling straight at 50 meters per second suddenly slams on its brakes to come to a halt. The velocity changed from 50 down to 0. Does that mean slowing down is also a form of acceleration? Post your hypotheses in the comments. But what physical phenomenon actually forces that car to change its speed in the first place? We'll answer that in our next video on Newton's laws of motion.